Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Three tips here, and I've got a filter flask set up down here. And if you remember in my last video, I had this green solution here. I refined some white gold, and white gold is a known carrier of platinum group metals. So now what we're going to do is we're going to filter off this solution and try to recover the platinum group metals out of this solution. I've got everything pulled through this filter. Now what we'll do is take the filter off and put it out of the way for right now. And then what we'll do now is get in here. This is our emerald green solution. See that? Beautiful. Gonna get in here and try to do a quick status test. I see a very faint orange stain, so there's not very much platinum group metals at all. I'm transferring the emerald green solution into a clean beaker over here. This solution will have a little bit of platinum group metals in it. It's going to have some silver in it, mostly silver, and a little bit of copper. The reason it's green is because copper in solution is blue, platinum group metals in solution and traces like this is yellow, and blue and yellow make green. I've got some hot distilled water in this beaker, and what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and try to dissolve a little bit of dimethylglycine in some hot water. Someone has suggested that we put some alcohol in here because alcohol will dissolve this DMG a little better than just plain water. So I'm going to add a little bit of alcohol to this and see if we can get more of the DMG to dissolve. Adding that alcohol did seem to help it out a little bit. I've got the DMG prepared in here, and what I'll do is I'm going to put this on time lapse, and then we're going to add the DMG, and we should precipitate out the platinum group metals from this solution. This has been in here reacting for quite some time now. In the previous video, I did a little experiment and we tested some of this solution and got this yellow precipitate from that tiny experiment. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to try to filter some of this solution out of here. I don't know if I've added enough DMG to get it all out or not, because I don't know how much PD is in there. So what I'm going to do is pour a little bit of this into this same filter, and if we've got all the platinum group metals out of here, the solution down here should turn blue. Here we go. I believe you can see clearly here that the solution that we're pulling through that filter is blue now, and so it's a pretty safe bet to conclude that we've got all of the platinum group metals pulled out of here. Now we're going to capture our precipitate out of this solution and recover our palladium. This is our palladium that we recovered from that silver. And what I'm going to do is set this out of the way for a second. I'm going to take this solution now and we're going to transfer it to a beaker up here. It's got some distilled water in it, and I've had this, this is rinse water from my silver cell harvest. Now that we've got most of the palladium out of this solution, I've got it diluted down with some distilled water. What I'm going to do is put a piece of copper in here, and we're going to cement the silver out of this solution. Now it looks a little bit green still, and that's because there's still just a touch of palladium left in this solution. If I was to leave it sit overnight, come back out tomorrow morning, you'd see that there's some more palladium precipitate that's formed in there. But for right now, what we'll do is just go ahead and cement the silver out of this solution with a piece of copper. Here you can see the silver is coming out of solution on the copper in accordance with the reactivity series of metals. Copper being more reactive than silver will replace the silver. The silver will come out of solution and the copper will go into solution. And this reaction is fairly rapid. You can watch it happen in real time, which is a pretty neat reaction. While I'm waiting for that silver to cement out on that copper, what I'll do is continue to rinse our palladium salt here with distilled water. I was trying to get a time lapse of this, and as you can see, it's pretty stirred up and mucky looking in there. There's some silver down at the bottom of the beaker forming. Just drop it to the bottom of the beaker. But since we have excess nitric in here, what's happening is it's needlessly dissolving the copper. You can see there's some yellow precipitate on the surface. That's going to be some palladium. That's perfectly okay. The palladium will just mix with the cement silver, and then when we melt it up to run it through our silver cell, the palladium will get trapped in the silver cell and on the filter. From this angle right here, you can actually see some nitrogen dioxide fumes coming off of the reaction. Like I said, the excess nitric in there is going to needlessly consume our copper. Here's our two filters. They contain a little bit of DMG precipitate from the silver nitrate solution. I'm going to put it down at the bottom of this beaker. Here's the other one, DMG precipitate. Add this to the beaker. Now the silver reaction's moving along smartly, putting out all kind of fumes. I'm going to add this little bit of silver solution in here and cement that out. Got our two filters down into this beaker down here. What I'll do is add a little bit of hydrochloric acid, about 100 milliliters, I guess. Here's our precipitate. We'll put it up on the heat. Turn on some heat. And now what we'll do is add some nitric acid. Just a dropper full, about 3 milliliters. Dissolving this stuff in aqua regia like this. This stuff wants to take off and do a runaway reaction on you in a heartbeat. I think I've got this to dissolve completely. Let's take a look under here. See if we can see any remaining stuff, and I don't see anything. So I'm fairly certain we've got this dissolved. We'll pull it down off the heat and let it cool off. I underestimated how much excess nitric was in this solution. And this is probably going to react like this for quite some time. So I'm going to kill the time lapse, and we'll get this thing posted. I'll move this back out of the way now. Just push it back. quick status test. See what this is looking like. There you can see it's just got not very much at all, just a little bit, traces only. See that it's turned green, and green is an indication of palladium. So we probably have mostly palladium in this solution down here. So we might have a half a gram, if we're lucky, of these platinum group metals. And back in the back here, we're getting our silver cemented out. And that'll probably take overnight to get all that done. And I'm not gonna take this any further, I don't believe. What we'll do is we'll just hang on to this solution. It's gonna be mixed platinum group metals, and maybe even just throw it in a stock pot. But I just wanted to demonstrate how to get the platinum group metals out of the silver solution back here with the DMG. We've accomplished that. Okay, this will conclude the video. Thank you for watching.